All right, once again, I was in a training session and the subject came up and it gave me an opportunity to show them these tools and these methods. And so I want to review once again today, probably the most slept on NBP action set, and that's NBP Actions 10, which is our harmonize and tone set of functions. And I want to go over, first of all, the neutralizing functions. Now, these are all Photoshop functions, but to have them instantly at your fingertips, and then you can tweak and adjust from there. And some of them have some modifiers to make the result a little more fruitful for you. I want to show you what I'm talking about. So here are 3 shots that are otherwise great. Some of them have skin cleanup, some don't, but they have some color cast on them, right? And there's different ways to go about getting rid of that, of course, in RAW. Now, if for some reason you didn't in RAW, or you did, but it's not enough, or you're doing something else and you're like, no, this just doesn't feel quite right. Well, this is where we have these cool neutralizing functions. So let's go ahead and start with this shot here, which is fine. But as you can see clearly, there is a bit of a white balance issue. Now, what color grading direction I take this, I don't know, but I need to get this neutralized first of all. So we have these on the bottom here. We have neutralize background, shadows neutralizer, neutralize subject, neutralize automatic, neutralize expert, and then down here we have raw filter neutralizer. Let's go over some of these, okay? The reason why there's so many of them is because every image is going to be different, and the automatic method of trying to neutralize can vary depending on the shot. So they're there for you to try them all. So let's go ahead and try, let's go for neutralize automatic. Hit that. It's going to let you know you should start on a pixel layer. And there you go. Look at the difference there. Off and on. Off and on. There was a bit of a cyan cast there, and now it is fixed. And as you can see, what we've done is it does an automatic curves neutralizing, right? But then it also has a little bit of compression, because often when you do this automatic process in curves, it adds a little too much contrast. So we have that there just to kind of, you know, compress things a little bit so the contrast is more in check. And as you can see, you have a neutralized shot. So it's more white balance corrected is what I'm saying. And you can change anything. Right now, it's at 75% opacity on the whole folder. If you put it on 0 or 100%, I should say, it's super neutralized. And the reason why I recommend that you change opacity is that sometimes too much neutralized, too much perfect white balance can be wrong. And in some cases when, like right now in this shot, it's pretty obvious where the neutral gray is, but sometimes it's not, and it can throw you off. So I still recommend that you use white balance, whether in RAW or one of these functions, that you use white balance in a way that's a creative thing, not just what is perfect gray, ergo that must be right. Not necessarily. Just because perfect gray is perfect gray, it doesn't mean the shot is right. I really want you to stay creative with color, but sometimes that cast is, if we're fighting against it with color grading, we get rid of it and we can move forward in a better way. Now let's try the same one on this more sort of boudoir themed image. We're going to go to neutralize automatic. Let's see what happens there. All right, off and on. And if we make it 100%, you can see that it brought back all the warmth and got rid of that weird green cast. And you can play around with it again with opacity. You can even turn on and off the compression if you feel like it's not enough contrast, all kinds of choices there. Now, while we're on this image, let's go ahead and try raw filter neutralizer, because the raw filter is actually really, really powerful. It's a camera raw filter that I'm speaking of here. Okay. So it's over here if you want to use it directly, but this sets it all up for you. And let me explain how it works. So let's say, you know what, let's go back to this image. Okay, because there's a reason for it. And we're going to go to raw filter neutralizer. Hit OK. It's going to say, hey, we're going to duplicate the image, set it up as a smart filter, and go to Photoshop camera raw filter. And it recommends that you choose auto from the pull down menu when this happens, and then go from there. So here we are. Here's the white balance. We can click on auto. Boop, and there it is. Now you can see you got a different result than the curves white balance adjuster, right? So we can go manually here if we want. We can hit the eyedropper and click anywhere that we want to neutralize and see what kind of feel works for us in our minds. And remember, like I said, perfect gray. Don't try to chase perfect gray thinking that's the best idea. What looks good to you? What do you think the shot needs? Sometimes those color casts are bad, sure, but don't just think perfect gray is the master solution. Hit OK. Now it's set up. So you can change the opacity as well. You have it as a smart filter, so you can double click and keep, change it if you need to, make adjustments, small little tweaks, etc. But it's just a quick way to get white balance under control using Camera Raw. Now, some other functions. Let's go to here. We also have neutralize subject, right? So I'm going to hit that, hit continue. It's going to do its little process using Photoshop subject selection. And when it's done, you will see what happens is that now it has neutralized just your subject. And again, it's at 65% opacity by default. That might be a little too strong because every now and then the environment's fine. You just don't like the skin tone and you want to fix that at least in a natural way. So you start with a more natural result there. It can be very, very powerful. We also have neutralize plus tone down reds. That's a very specific function because I find that it's actually more common than people might think, because when you go to neutralize, sometimes you end up with a little too much of a pink feel. So there's about a 75% opacity on the reduction of reds, and it went from this to that. As you can see, it's just a way to control things that happen commonly in portraits, right? But we have all kinds of other tools here. For example, let's say a quick little process. You don't like the yellow cast, so you go to automatic, neutralize automatic. You get it neutralized. You feel pretty good about it. Okay, cool. Flatten to a new layer, and then you can continue on. How about, let's see what's a good function here. Harmony plus contrast plus auto tone. Let's see what that one does. Here we go. All right, so what did we end up with? Let's see. Look at that. We ended up some interesting it continued to clean up the white balance. By the way, the reason why it seemed like I don't know the result is because there's some kind of like automatic functions in Photoshop happening here, right? But we have an auto toner. We have cooling off the shadows, which is kind of interesting. We have warming up the highlights, which is also interesting. And then we have this set to soft light, which it's kind of an odd thing to look at, okay? But it has to do with the average and then the inverse of the average color of the image. And sometimes that creates an interesting result. Sometimes it's like an interesting color grade in and of itself. So how about this image? Let's go to neutralize automatic. Okay, so we had that pink cast and now it looks better. I remember in this room that bathroom back there had a blue tone. So that does make more sense than that magenta we had going on. I'm going to flatten to a new layer and let's try that again. Let's go to our harmony plus contrast plus auto tone. Let's see what kind of colors we get from this one. Okay, interesting. We have the compressor, which is good because it's actually really high contrast. It created some interesting tonalities. It's sort of like a automatic color grading in some manner that maybe you wouldn't have expected. How about this? Harmony inverse plus contrast. Let's see what that one does. All right, a little bit too much contrast for me on that image, but you know, it works with the harmony. And that's one of the functions of this set, is working with the harmony of itself. So let's go to, once again, neutralize automatic. I kind of like that. Flatten to a new layer. How about, let's see here. Average mix, that's going to be a hard mix. Inverse mix con, tri-range, average tonal con. Let's go for that one. Let's see what we get. Okay, it's thinking, it's processing. There we go. Not bad, interesting. We got shadow average, mid average. As you can see, it's kind of extracting these. Well, you can't see it in the setup that it's in. It's extracting the different ranges and doing some different color things to them, as well as compressing them. It may not be too interesting on that shot, but it kind of woke it up a little bit in some different kind of way. And let's see here, average toner boost plus. Let's run that. There we go. It finds the average and it boosts it, and then it tones the highlights and the shadows. And of course you can change the opacity. So maybe you want like a 30, and now we have a color grade that's not just arbitrary. It has to do with the average color of the image itself. Who knows what direction you can go with all of these kind of ideas. So as you can see, we started with a good shot with a weird yellow cast, and now we have some interesting sort of subtle grading, but based on the image itself. That is what Actions 10 is about. It's about doing things that work with the image tones itself. If you want heavy color grading, because that's your style, you can still do it, of course. But sometimes some people want a more natural look. And that's where playing with all of these gives you creative and corrective options that usually end up with a more natural or quote unquote true color feel. So we have other videos about it. I just wanted to recap it today. I don't think we've mentioned it in a couple of years, but like I said, it's probably our biggest sleeper set. People sleep on this one all the time. They don't completely get it, but those who have it, those who try it, absolutely love it. And they say they can't live without it. And like I said, I want to repeat one last time. It tends to work for people who want more true color. They don't do a lot of heavy-handed, unrealistic grading, and they want tools tailored for that.